Happy Father's Day, y'all. So, it's time to paint today. This is the best part. All the prep leading up to this, all the hard work, sweat, tears, cuts, blood, lead up to this moment where you lay the product on and it looks beautiful. Got everything laid out, and I'll show you my secret recipe here in a second. So everything's laid out. I need to follow the process I'm going to show you. It's top secret though. First step, sandblast of course. And then you're going to want to degrease and clean. If it's, don't have to use this stuff, any kind of other degreaser, wax and grease remover, something strong, clean it up, acetone. And then once it's degreased with water and everything, you'll need to prevent the rust on it. So we have morpholine, which is equivalent to Hold Tight 102. And then you'll do the acid etch process, which is where we're currently at. So spray bottle, follow the directions on this, which is leave it on for about 15 minutes. And then wash the part with water to neutralize it, which in my case I'm using water with a little morpholine to stop any flash rust if there's anything in between, just because of humidity today. And then just prior to paint, we're going to wax and grease it again. Let this dry, and then you'll hit it with heat, as you might see in this video or another video that I'm recording right now. Cast iron really holds moisture, so if you paint engine parts or anything, intakes, anything cast iron, steel, whatever, you're going to want to heat it up first. That'll burn any oils and anything else out of the paint that might mess. This will burn anything out of the surface in case there's still anything in there. And then we'll get to the paints. In my case this time, I'm using good old Magic Farm and Implement paint. I found this stuff to be tough as nails, like super hard on frames. I got gloss black for the frame, primer for the bare metal, and then light gray that I might tint a little bit for the spindle, and then some red. I might get a little crazy with the caliper. So this stuff's oil based, so it takes an extended amount of time to dry, but the stuff is awesome and it doesn't get messed up with like acetone and other stuff that I've found, and it's UV safe. So you're going to prime it. It's about 24 hours after you prime it, then you can do your paint color on it. And what really makes the paint harder is just using the catalyst that comes with it. Great stuff. Once this is on there, you're really going to need to let it dry at a good outdoor temperature for, I don't know, like a week or so before you really start handling this stuff or starting putting stuff back on. Stuff is super strong. It works great. It just takes longer to cure. So if you don't want something that takes as long, then there's other products you can use. But definitely try to get a 2K type paint. This one's oil based and it has a hardener with it, so it's kind of 2K, but you don't have to use that with it. You can still spray those with the reducer. So this one's kind of in between 1 and 2K world, but still strong stuff. So let's get at it. We got some steps to do. All right, it's now Sunday on Father's Day. We made quite a bit of progress yesterday. So far we have got most of these parts ready for paint. There's a couple things that aren't quite ready yet that I'm probably just going to have to do a second batch to just try to get the current stuff painted, able to polish up these ugly things. So just get some of the pitting out and get some a little cleaner looking once we get them painted. But let's get at it. Alright, acid etch is rolling on these parts. So some parts you can see kind of foamed up. That means there was like rust in the pores, which is no surprise for backing plates because there's some pretty bad pot metal anyway in those. The rest of the stuff didn't really do that though. So just waiting. I think we still have like 3 to 5 minutes left to let this sit. And then we're going to clean it off in the tank here. And then we're going to blow everything off and dry it and hang it up in the rack for a little bit right before we paint. So we'll keep waiting. Alright, washed quickly and scrubbed, and then immediately blew off with an air gun. Yep, so all this junk is pretty much ready now. And got these all prepped again, got some gloves with paper towels shoved back in. Air gun, haven't used this old junk thing from Harbor Freight in a while. That's probably the best $20 disposable gun you could buy for the most part. And then just getting everything else prepped and ready to rip. Alright, next part, we have our primer, paint shaker, stir it, mix it up. This is for 1 gallon, so quarter of this into that, and mix in a paint cup. Should be ready to spray. Also, don't breathe this stuff, wear a mask. I think everything's pretty much ready to get primed. I think everything here is ready to get primed, so let's get going. We got stuff to do. Got to try to get these things painted before the work week, so let's go. Alright, everything turned out great so far. Primer's on there now. It needs to sit for a little bit though. Got all these of our hanging parts. Everything that was a little, I guess, orange peely, it's all flattened out so far, and a lot of the pits and everything are filled in. It's like the calipers here look great. Backing plates look nice. Alright, well, next one. Wait 24 hours before you apply your final coat of paint, whatever your color is. Forgot a part. I'll have to come back to the gearbox later. What's going on YouTube? So 24 hours later, and we are next phase of paint. So now we are doing farm and implement paint, hardener and reducer. Black for a lot of the components, red for a couple things. And then I'm going to try to mix a little black with the light gray to make a dark gray for it. Everything turned out pretty good, other than the stuff that had like extreme heavy pits in it, like this. Most of the pits have been filled by the primer, which is awesome. All this stuff turned out good. Calipers look beautiful. A lot of the pits on these are all filled in. Majority. I'm not going for super showroom, so like a little bit, whatever. But let's get spraying. Trying to prep everything right now to do the color coat, and we'll get rolling. Well, now that I'm super dirty and got everything painted though, so springs we're going to balance and pray they don't fall off. We have our front knuckles. I wanted the color a little bit darker. It looked darker in the cup than this. So we have primer gray, but that's still it'll look good. GM had it a bit darker than that from the factory. I think with these things it was kind of like a bluish dark gray. Springs as good as they can be because they're springs. Got our backing plates. Look at them boys. Oh yeah. And then our land of black parts over here. That's it. All right. Here's our final product. Now that my camera's clean. Have our knuckles here. I want them like a nice dark gray, a little darker than this. It's kind of a primer gray, but it'll still look good. Got our backing plates here. Turned out good. All this will flatten out more as it sits. Our fancy caliper, because why not, race truck? And then our land of black parts over here. So yeah, turned out pretty good. So these will lay a little bit flatter later on, but it's looking great. And our gearbox and lowers. The best part about this paint is if there is any small spot that I missed, the rattle can portion of this stuff is great. So during assembly, if you like nick the paint or something, you touch it up, just hit it with that and it'll lay flat and you won't be able to tell. So. Hey, welcome back YouTube. So during the week here, we've been letting these parts cure for a little bit. Everything turned out awesome. Stuff feels super hard on there. Yes, I know. Some of these spots I'm going to clean up. And I'm going to get new drain for that. And then I'm going to clean up right here where the crush washer goes, because you don't want to do that over paint. I should have, hindsight, put one of those cheapo earplugs in it, and that would have probably covered most of it. But I'm going to polish that up. And then we have all other parts up here. Looks great. Very shiny. So I'm going to take all these down so I stop hitting my head on them. So every time I walk through, get whacked in the face by one of these rods right here. It's great. Get these out of the way. And then it's time to choppy chop. Get to the chopper. Just kidding. But, alright, I digress. So, let's hang down these dang Christmas ornaments we got going. And get to work. So, thanks again for watching. This is the paint portion of our restoration just for the suspension parts. We'll get to the lowering portion here next and a little bit more paint and whatnot, but thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one as we lower and probably slam this thing on a budget. Alright guys, that wraps up this video. I'm taking a quick breather out here in front of this beautiful piece of automotive history from 1921. If you enjoyed tagging along for this part of the journey, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, leave a comment, and let me know what you're working on in your own shop. As always, I truly appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Get out there, keep the heritage alive, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Alright guys, check out this awesome service station down in Bowling Green, Kentucky. They reconstructed it right here in the park. It's actually the bathroom for their splash pad, but it's pretty close to an exact replica of like a 1921 service station would have looked like. Some standard oil, and they have some Crown gasoline pumps. It's a cool station that they recreated here. Red Crown gasoline. Air compressors.